Alright guys, welcome to the video. In this video, we are analyzing the second part of Oscar's game. You can find part 1 in the description down below. We're not going to really waste too much time here. We're going to get right into it. So let's go. Okay, so in this first play, you're going to get the ball, and I think the better option for you here is to actually take it with the inside and take that space you have available to you. The give and go isn't the worst option, but it does put your teammate in a little spot of bother, and you do lose the ball from it, although that's more on your teammate than you. But in that situation, and we're going to see this as a current theme where you have plenty of space behind you. Again, we'll look at it again, right here. I really believe should be turning into space. You have a teammate there with you. It doesn't appear that there's much behind you, and I think that's a great opportunity to take the ball forward. So in this second play, you're out wide, and what I would like to see you do here is come in a little more, because then if you do receive the ball there, he has two options to play you in, and it's going to put you in on goal instead of take you out wide. Now, there's nothing wrong being out wide here, and your teammate, in my eyes, holds on to it too long here. You should have gotten the ball there. You're wide open and plenty of space. But if you come in a little bit, you only have this one defender here who has to deal with this guy running at him as well. If you can just get close enough to him, not where he could intercept the ball, but close enough to where if the ball did get through to you, you could take the ball across him or take it away from him and shoot, that's going to be ideal, because this could be a goal scoring opportunity. But if you actually did get the ball, it wouldn't be, because you're too far out wide. You could have still made something happen, take the guy on, put a cross in. But if you just adjust the run a little bit here and the ball gets through to you, it turns from a crossing opportunity or a one-on-one opportunity to a goal-scoring opportunity. So here I think you have two options. The first is to delay your run, because if you actually look at where you end up, even if you got the ball, you don't have much of an angle to shoot. Your body position isn't right. But I think the second thing you can do, and I didn't mark it on here, but is to fake the near post run and then check to the back post and then call for it back post. Because then if he can do a simple little lob to you, you're going to have a quick, nice, easy header to score a goal. Okay, so right here, I think, again, you have so much space behind you, the defender is off, and you do run into it, but your body position and momentum when you receive the ball is going towards your goal. So what I would like you to see you do here is get into that position earlier so you're planted, so you're set, and your body is open, and that way you can just exploit that space faster. So this is a nuanced thing, because in the end, you do turn forward, which I believe is the right option. Then right here, I think you should actually fake that you're going to pass and then move into the space beyond the guy, because he's so worried about these guys in the center. He's trying to block off their passing lane, which is going to make it easy for you to just do a little fake and then move into this available space. And what that's also going to do is draw this center back to you. And then if your teammates are smart, they'll keep making their run so that when this center back is drawn to you, they'll be able to get in on goal, or it'll just be a much more dangerous situation. So just something to keep in mind when that space is available to you, and especially when a defender is giving you the space, he's letting you go in there, exploit it. And there's another part here, I think. Just make yourself a little more available for this guy. He's kind of in a tight situation. He wants your other player to make the run that he doesn't end up making. And if you could just check back here, give him the space, reset, maintain possession, I think that would be a smart thing to do there. Okay, so into the next play, it's going to come to one of your teammates who takes a pretty good touch, and then you're going to make your run out wide. So right here, I think you do well to get out wide, and then I love this positive touch. This is what I've been talking about. So now let's break this down right here. So what ends up happening is you're going to play the ball down the line, but I want you to notice some more things going on in the pitch and what I believe would be a better option. If you look to the center, the other center mids are nowhere near your center mid. He is so far ahead of them and has so much space to move into, which is going to continue to not be occupied, because the center back is going to follow this run and the right back is looking at you. He's dealing with you. So if you can play him in the middle, he's going to have so much space to run into. You can then make a run down the wing or into the box. So can your striker. But this guy's facing forward. He can run at goal. And I think this is just a much more dangerous situation if you played a guy in the middle. Now, the play you actually make is not a bad play. In fact, it's very common to play that ball down the line to look for that opportunity. So it's not necessarily a mistake on your part. It's just a decision-making awareness here to understand that playing it in the middle in this situation based on the position of the opposition, how much space is available, where your player is, all of that would be more dangerous if executed properly. Okay, so in this play, I like that you actually get out wide because the defender does a good job of cutting off the space in the middle. So again, I like that you run directly at him. Good little step over, something we were working on. And then right here, I think a great option for you, since the ball seems to get away from you, is to be able to cut it back and then go for that shot. Something you'll see players like Hazard and Ronaldo do all the time, because you've totally beaten this guy. You've sold him. Like, he is always going to dive in after you do this step over, and we'll take a look again. You can see he is always going in, and this is the perfect time to give yourself a better angle, put him on the deck, and then try and put that ball into the back post or find a teammate. Now, what you did, once again, is not bad. In fact, I think the ball just gets out of your feet a little bit, which makes the shot a little bit harder. You have a tough angle. Just think of this other option. When you have a defender who's catching up to you, and especially in the box, he's desperate for you to not get a shot off or to get your cross in, because he knows if you do, it's a potential goal. And this is something you can use to your advantage to cut it back, put him on the deck. He also doesn't want to foul you, so he's not going to drag his leg out if he's smart. If he does, then you possibly get a penalty. But then this is going to give you a much better angle to potentially score. So this one's another situation where I don't know if you're aware of what's behind you, because as you can see right here, everyone's backed off you, and I think this is a great opportunity to fake the pass back, to drag the ball the other way, and then you have your guy in the middle. You can then make a run up the line. It just allows for many different attacking options if you turn here, because no one is coming to you. This midfield player can't come to you because he's got two guys here. This guy here, really the person who should be covering you is the right back, and he's so far off you that you just, when they give you this space, take it. What you do is not, again, it's not a bad thing. You retain possession, and if you don't know what's behind you, I understand the decision. But being aware of how much space you have here. Okay, so this is another example of where I want you to get a little closer to this guy here. Because again, if you're played the ball, you're going to be too far out wide, most likely to get a shot off. This defender is going to be able to cover you. But if you get a little more infield there and start your run there, and the ball's played into your feet, or a little ahead of you, as long as there's still a passing lane there, you can either take a touch a little bit away from the defender but closer to goal, or you can take it ideally across him, and then you're in the middle of the box one-on-one with the keeper, on your second touch to shoot. So right here, I think if you get a little more in center, then if he does play the ball, you're going to have an opportunity to shoot. Where if you get the ball out wide, it's just going to cut off that angle. So as soon as that ball goes into the middle, I think you should be moving in a little bit. However, I love the improvisation right there. I think that's the perfect place to do something like that. I think just the execution, the ball gets a little too close. If you can fake it a little more and just kind of Cruyff it a little more outside, away from the defender, I think that's excellent. I love the attempt. I love the creativity that is expressed there. Nothing wrong with that, even though it doesn't work out. Okay, so here you're doing well. You're getting out wide, getting wider. And then right here, I think you have two options. I think you can play your guy out wide. Again, look at how much space they're giving him. And if space is afforded to you, play the obvious thing. It is the obvious option, but you could play him out wide and then make a run into the box yourself or support him. What you do in the end is not a bad option by any means. You cut back inside and then switch the point of attack or allow your team to do so. So nothing wrong with what you did. Just be aware of that option. Again, if they give you room to go forward or put someone in a crossing position or help you make a run into the box, I'm a big believer in just taking that every single time if you can, until they wise up and get closer to their marks. Okay, so we're going to have a similar situation here. Again, not the wrong option, but I think right here, if you play him down the line, he's going to have a first-time cross, and you have two guys making a run into the box. Because if you look at the guy who would move to him and mark him, he's so far off him that your player, as long as you play a good ball, is going to get there first. Again, what you do is not a bad option. You use the run as a decoy and cut inside and then keep the ball. So I think both options are viable and both options work. This is more just to give you awareness of that option. So this play I didn't actually break down because it's actually a really good play. It's just unlucky you're offside. I can't see if you are or not. I just want to highlight great touch. I'm assuming because you heard the whistle, you didn't focus on the finish, and if it was not called offside, you would have finished that. But great touch, great run. You know, you want to be looking to make that run often if it's available. And if you can keep taking a fantastic touch to set yourself up like that, you're going to score those chances. So this play, your teammate scores. I just want to highlight the good play by you here too, because you follow the shot in. And this almost doesn't go in, but if it doesn't and it just ricochets out, you're going to score. So keep following up stuff like that. Good alert play on your part. It's a good finish by your teammate, but again, just in case that bounces back into the box, you just never know where it's going to bounce when it hits the post. You're right there to clean up for an easy goal. So I really like this play, Oscar. You know, you notice that there's space. They're a little flat-footed, and this is actually a really good shot. You hit it really well, especially with your body position the way it is. And that's a really good effort. You know, keep doing that, cutting inside, taking those shots. It's a little overloaded where you are, so cutting inside was the right option. And just good strike, little off, but you can see you hit it well, which is good. So keep doing things like that. I think that's very dangerous and very good. You know, you're not going to do that every game or all the time, but when you have the opportunity, why not have a go?